Hello. I am a little early today. Hello. Hi. I started a little bit early because we're going to end a little bit early today. I have a ton of errands that I have to complete for when you first move. So I have to go do a whole bunch of other stuff that I don't really want to do, but I officially have an Ontario driver's license, y'all. We're getting places. Good morning. Your hair looks so good. Thank you. I've been curling it again recently. I'm currently going through my Pokemon because I have too many and I need to catch one. And I can't because I have too many. It's like, you need to manage your Pokemon. You're full. Yes, I'm playing Pokemon Go. We're going to do a collective reading today. Is my audio okay? I didn't even check. Cool. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes while I get rid of some of my extra Pokemon. And then we'll do a collective reading. I'm going to be honest, I don't have a whole lot of energy today. So this is probably going to be a shorter one than usual. I woke up this morning just not feeling phenomenal. Transfer. Boom. Now can I catch him? The question is, why is my volume on? Okay. What deck are we using? I don't even want him this bad. Again, we're playing Pokemon Go. Did we catch him? Gotcha! Immediately transferring him. Okay. How about this? Is this the one we used last week? Or did we use the other one last week? Or not last week, Tuesday. It sounds okay. Okay, cool. Haha, you can hear me. What? We used the other one. Okay, but I was drawn to both, right? I was drawn to the pink one, and then I was also drawn to this one. It has cool energy. I like that deck. Yeah, I love this deck. This deck is usually a really big omen to me of spirituality, witchcraft, that kind of stuff. You asked for this one and you picked it. Ooh, I guess I can hear you. All right, let's just hop right in and see. Hello. So we have the Two of Swords. The way that I for sure thought that was going to be in a reversed position, but it's not. 444 when I look down on the timer. We have the Seven of Cups. This deck is so old that it's got crumblies in the corner because it's falling apart. And then, interestingly enough, we have the Moon, and it's hidden by the Ace of Cups. If that doesn't scream subconscious emotions, I don't know what does. Excuse me. I feel like we're going to talk about this first. Because I think it's really symbolic that this particular card was hidden. Because the Moon is about hidden feelings. It's about illusions. It's about your subconscious. And I feel like there's something correlating towards the unknown is what I'm being guided to mention for this collective. It's honestly, a lot of you are starting, I say this with love, but a lot of you are starting to become more open with your emotions and your intuition. And this is scary because I feel like this particular collective has never really been in tune with their emotional needs. And I feel like part of what's expanding for this group is you're starting to feel your feelings, which can be really overwhelming in the beginning, okay? Something about January 31st. I also want to mention, I forgot to say this in the beginning, for those of you that are a Prime member, you can actually subscribe through Prime. You'll have to renew it every month, but it gives you access to not having to watch the ads and all that fun stuff. Gives you all the perks without the moolah, right? So they're pulling me to the torch in this imagery. Something about like Hecate could be important for this collective. There's something like I'm hearing building a mystery. And today I'm going to remember to put the songs that I channel in the chat. Now you're working, building a mystery. My fellow Canadians probably already know what that is, but to those of you that aren't Canadian, it is Sarah McLachlan. I feel like it's interesting here. Like now they're pulling me to the visual on this Two of Swords energy. Okay, this is like, I don't know how else to explain it, but I keep hearing the word clarity. She looks very like capable too. The way she's like sitting, the way she's like I'm taking no shit, like a try me kind of an energy. I feel like this collective, you're currently in the process of removing some sort of blindfold surrounding some sort of an illusion-based energy, because you have double confirmation of illusions here with the Seven of Cups and the Moon influence. It like the Seven of Cups to me is all that glitters isn't gold, and then the Moon is like the things that you feel underneath, right? So the Moon is connected to the subconscious, it's connected to illusions, it's connected to the mystery of the world. And I feel like this particular collective, they're showing me like literally like the blindfold being removed from your eyes so that you can see underneath the surface, so that you can recognize what it is that may have been keeping you caught up in an outdated cycle or an illusion-based thinking of some form, especially with that Seven of Cups being in the dead center too. It's like this particular group has been kind of trapped in an illusion. I feel like you've been stuck, and so for some of you, this isn't like quite that deep. It's more like you were stuck in a cycle of negative thinking or negative self-talk. Take it however it resonates for you. But I feel like there's something shifting. Like they're pulling me to the aspect of the rainbow here. Where is it? Right there. So there's something about like, if you think about rainbows, it's like a light at the end of the tunnel, right? It's like there's always a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. So I feel like for some of you, there's some sort of positive transformation that's happening that's actually helping you to recognize your full potential. It's helping you to shift from like fantasy and illusion to a more reality driven energy where you're still allowing your like, I don't know how else to explain this, but you're still allowing your intuition and your imagination, if you will, to kind of free roam, but you're also being practical about it. And I feel like part of the reason this shift is happening is because this collective, once again, like you're removing this blindfold, you're looking at things underneath the surface. Thank you for the subscription. For some of you, I am hearing that saying like building castles in the sky. So I feel like you were kind of caught up in some sort of outdated cycle. You were caught up in something that wasn't built off of authenticity. I am hearing with so much love, it wasn't real. And I feel like as you kind of shift out of that fantasy driven energy and into a more grounded, a more practical position, you're starting to see where you went wrong, if that makes sense. For a lot of you, this definitely correlates towards your emotions because that Ace of Cups was on top of the Moon, right? So for a lot of you, I do feel like this had to do with a relationship that you kind of put on a bit of a pedestal. Now I'm hearing another song, like you fell in love with the potential of who this person was versus who they actually are. It's like you saw what you wanted this person to be in your mind and created something that wasn't necessarily there. Does that make sense? I ask like any of you can answer me immediately. I'm just grabbing that other song that I just started channeling. I do feel like a big part of this correlates towards like seeing something, like the depth is what I just heard. Something about the color blue. Blue could be connected to your third eye chakra. A lot of you are desiring mutual partnership. You're desiring authentic connections. And this could be more than just romantic, okay? Like maybe this is platonic or familial. Maybe it's a career opportunity. Take it however it resonates for you. But you're in this position where you're wanting love in your life. And that's not a bad thing. You're human. It's normal. It's natural to desire those types of things. But I feel like this collective needs to recognize where they over exert themselves in connection, where you give more than you're receiving. There's also something very symbolic about the image on this Ace of Cups. The like pouring outward of the cup is really pulling me in. And I think it's interesting once again that that's on top of the moon. It's like this collective, you're starting to recognize how to pour into yourself, which is helping you to kind of shift your perspective forward. Something about a black cat. Yeah, and then we have the Ace of Wands. So 2 aces in a reading is a very important partnership, and I feel like something is coming in for this collective that's going to be very groundbreaking, is the words I just heard. For a lot of you, this feels more career-oriented or like a new friend coming in. It could be romantic, don't get me wrong, but I feel like for the majority of you, this is just something really beautiful that's going to kind of open up new doorways. Like I'm seeing new opportunities. New revenue streams, potentially. Especially for those of you that have like you have your own like small business where you make product. They're showing me like making product. Maybe you're going to start to expand within a community where you can start to kind of ship further out. Or maybe you're going to have an opportunity to put your product at a store. I don't know. Whatever this is, the Ace of Wands is going on top of that 2 of Swords. So one of the things I do feel really guided to mention is this collective is being like Spirit's really encouraging you to kind of make sure that you're looking at things clearly and practically versus in an illusion-based thinking, okay? So like if you do have an opportunity to expand your business or you do have an opportunity to work with someone, I don't know, whatever the inspirational energy is, if you have an opportunity for that, they want you to make sure that you're staying practical about it. So like looking at things through the lens of that 2 of Swords instead of through an illusion-based thinking is going to really help you with this energy. This energy here. There's some sort of adventurous vibration coming forward for this group too. I'm seeing something about like a lot of positive energy is going to enter in over the summer months for this group, especially with like the brightness of those 2 aces. A new creative endeavor is what I just heard. Hello, way too many. Especially because now they're pulling me to like the monarch butterfly on that 7 of Cups. Monarch butterflies are a symbolism of transformation. And we have the 7 of Wands going on top of the 7 of Cups. Isn't that interesting? The way I just heard, and the plot thickens. I was early. I'm sorry, baby. I'm not feeling phenomenal today, so I was like, I'm going to go early. And then I also have some stinking adulting stuff I have to do later. Why am I being pulled to like the way he's kind of like, it almost seems like he's like digging something. For some of you, some sort of an emotion is going to come up this week. Specifically, I just heard this weekend. Some sort of an emotion that's been kind of underneath the surface that you haven't been fully feeling. Something that's been a little bit buried is what I just heard. The 7 of Wands, I almost said 7 of Swords. The 7 of Wands in a traditional sense is about conflict, right? It's about competition. It's about tension. It's about perseverance over all of that. And I feel like because it's in the middle between these 2 aces and on top of that 7 of Cups, there's something very symbolic about a shift in the energy. I'm hearing a change in the wind. All right, I feel guided to mention this. So we have 2 7s in this reading. The number 7 symbolizes the inner life, solitude, and soul searching. When a 7 appears in a reading, they indicate a time of turning inward to discover the meaning of life. What has happened to you and why? You may be searching on a psychological or a spiritual level for answers. Perhaps you feel the need to be alone, to retreat from the busyness of everyday life, to find your own true path. Spiritual or metaphysical subjects might interest you now. This isn't a good time to start or devote yourself to a material or financial undertaking, as your priorities lie elsewhere currently. In some cases, drawing a 7 may mean you're spending too much time alone and you need to socialize more. For some of you, maybe you need to spend a little bit time in your own company. These are collective. Remember to take it however it resonates for you. Some of you might need to kind of just vibe with yourself for a little bit. Maybe you need to spend this weekend going inward and reflecting and acknowledging maybe that illusion we touched on. Others of you, this could be about stepping out of your comfort zone. Maybe you've been spending a little bit too much time in isolation. I'm smelling like freshly brewed coffee. So like some of you that have been spending a little bit too much time with yourself lately, it might be important for you to go to a coffee shop. Step out of your bubble is what I'm hearing. Let's see. So Pluto energy, I just learned this on the Patreon yesterday, is actually about transformation. It's about introspection. It's about going deep. It's about, going inward, if you will, to allow for transformative energy to come forward. The way that someone in the chat literally just said Pluto is about deep introspection. So that's confirmation. It's like a need for us to go inward right now in order to see the bigger picture. 2 cards just fell. Because of course they did. And this one feels upright, but let's see. Upright or reversed? Yeah, that's what I thought. So we have the Devil in the reverse position. Love to see that. This is such a confirming energy for everything that we've touched on. I really do feel like a lot of you are currently going through the motions of breaking a cycle. You're breaking a cycle surrounding codependency, surrounding outdated ideals, surrounding illusion-based thinking that kept you trapped and bound in old ideologies and old narratives. It's like you're currently going through this transformation that's actually helping you to take a leap of faith. It's helping you to see the bigger picture, to shift into an energy of unconditional self-trust is what I just heard. I like that. I also heard self-love. I have Pluto and Saturn in Scorpio. You poor thing. After deep introspection, you've been craving being with my friends or a love interest more often. That's what you need to do then. Oftentimes when we come out of deep periods of hermit, if you will, we desire human connection because like we're human, it's natural to desire, intimacy and connection. With the Devil showing up in the reverse position, this is such a big omen to me that this particular collective has been working really hard on releasing your negative beliefs, releasing self-limiting beliefs, whatever. Take it however it resonates. It could be a trifecta, if you will. You're exploring your darker thoughts, and I feel like that's where that introspection energy is coming from. This group has been going inward. You've been acknowledging a lot of truth. You've been facing a lot of inner turmoil. And because of that, you are starting to, if not already, master the art of detachment. And I feel like this is actually what's helping you to take this leap of faith, okay? Because the Fool to me is almost always a depiction of a leap of faith. It's saying that you are currently in this position where you're finally on the edge of something real, is what I just heard, but you're also in this position where you're finally capable to leap into the unknown in a way that no longer scares you. As a matter of fact, I'm hearing it excites you. So you're no longer triggered into the idea that you're going to make the wrong choice or that you're going to do the wrong things. You're actually leaping into this with a new set of eyes where you're excited. You're looking forward to what this next journey might hold for you. Because as we know from the tarot and the major arcana, in a traditional sense, the Fool is the first of the journey, right? It's where you're first starting. It's your starting point. And I feel like this particular collective, this is exactly what's happening for you, but in a way that makes you feel excited and exhilarated is what I'm hearing. Something really transformative is coming in for this group. Literally, what did I just say? This is just a matter of time is what I'm hearing. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. I'm getting it. Don't worry. Eventually, we're going to have a different setup for streams, by the way. The way I look up that song and somehow the Pitbull version comes up. That's not what I want. Is that not what that's called? That might not be what that's called. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Oh, it's because I was looking up the wrong song, y'all. I found it. We got there eventually. There we go. See, I thought it was called Time of Your Life, but I look it up and it's apparently called Good Riddance. In my 33 years of being a human, don't ever remember it being called Good Riddance. I could have sworn it was called Time of Your Life. But then I look it up and the only one I can find is Pitbull. Make that make sense. Like, I'm not that old. I could have sworn that was called Time of Your Life. I know how to play guitar. Fun fact about Avery. And a lot of the songs that I learned to play when I was younger were Green Day. And the way I'm telling you right now, I feel like this is a Mandela effect because I'm actually going to go pull out my guitar stuff and I'm going to find that it was called Time of Your Life. I just said that. I feel like it is. Like, anyway. Every time I yell like that, my pony's like, whoa. Anyway, so the Three of Wands, that's about progress, right? It's about expansion. It's about things shifting into a bigger way, but it's about you waiting for that to happen. Like the Three of Wands is basically wait and you shall receive. It's allowing progress. It's allowing for expansion, but not rushing it, okay? Not forcing it. I think it's Good Riddance. And then... oh, maybe. But why is it when I look up Time of Your Life, I can't even find that? I don't know. Anyway, I digress. It is an important topic, but it's not an important topic. And my ADHD will pull us in 6 directions. We already know this by now. And if you're new here, hi, I'm ADHD living. But yeah, there's something about like being on a cliff's edge once again. I feel like that's very symbolic for this collective because that's in the Fool's imagery and then it's also in this one and it's really pulling me in for some reason. And the Three of Wands to me, it's about like a wait and see. It's basically the more open you are to receiving, the closer things will come to you, the more things you'll manifest. It's about waiting for your ships to come and not forcing things to fit. And I feel like honestly, a lot of you have shifted into a position of clear truth. I don't know why, but I just heard clairsentient. It's like you're seeing things in such a clear, concrete way. And I think it's interesting because we started the first portion of this reading by talking about illusions and removing a blindfold. I feel like this particular collective, part of the reason that you're shifting so drastically is because of that removal of that blindfold. Because you're looking a little bit deeper into your darkness, into the darkness around you. It's Good Riddance, but has Time of Your Life in brackets. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know why I've always just called it Time of Your Life. Okay, what deck should we use next? Ooh, plot twist. And that just made me think of thank you very, very much. Anyway, for some reason we're doing this one. What is that song called? Thank you very much. It's Dido, isn't it? Is it Dido? Yes. Yes, it is. Coming back. I thought we collectively discovered a Mandela effect. Me too, a little bit, but it's fine. All right. Do you know what one is for me? And I've never shared this publicly with anyone except for people in my real life, especially because it's a little dark. But I distinctly remember being at a grocery store when I was like 12, maybe 13. And there was a J14 magazine. Do you guys remember J14 magazines? There was a J14 magazine with big headlines saying, what is his name? One of the Macaulays, the one in the Home Alone, saying that he passed away. And it wasn't just the J14 magazine. Like, it was on the title of that one, but it was also on the title of a ton of other magazines, too. And, like, I just, to this day, think it's so frigging weird that he's married to Brenda Song and alive. Because I swear to God, I saw that in a grocery store. And every time I bring it up with people in my life, they were like, that didn't happen. And I'm like, it did. I saw it on a magazine cover. And yes, Macaulay. And then all of the people that are like older adults, they're just like, well, he had a bunch of like overdoses when he was younger. And I'm like, no, man, like I distinctly remember. And then they'll be like, yes! And then they'll be like, well, it could have just been that like he almost did and it was like false, you know, like a false thingy. And then they denounced it or something. But like, I literally swear to God he died. Like, to this day, I don't know. Anywho, I know that's what I remember. See, that's what I'm saying. I remember it as clear as day. I don't know why it's a core memory, but it's a core memory for me. And everyone in my life thinks I'm crazy. And I'm like, whatever, man. Whatever. Like, maybe it was one of his siblings that, I don't know. Or maybe it was a situation where, like, it did happen, but, like he didn't actually pass away. So, like, you know, like an overdose or whatever, but, like, doesn't fully, like, they don't fully die. I don't know. But I swear to God, I remember it. I don't even know what year that would have been. It would have been the 2000s because I'm a younger millennial. You remember that too? Oh my God. See? I knew I wasn't alone. Every time I bring it up and to people in my real life that are like, I don't know what you're talking about, I'm always like, why don't I share this with my social media? Because, like, first of all, TikTok loves Mandela effects. It's 11:11 a.m. Secondly, I know I'm not crazy. Anyway, we're going to move on, okay? Because, again, my ADHD will take us all over the place. So we're using the Evil Eye deck today. Don't know why. Don't love it, but I was pulled to it for a reason. This one says, I want someone else and to explore other options. If you are involved with someone who's putting you in a third-party situation, who is wanting to explore other options, unless you have a poly relationship and you've agreed to that, this is not worth it, okay? Anybody that can't commit is never worth your time. Unless you have a poly relationship. Poly is very different, okay? Put your kids, your priorities first. This is about putting you first. If you have kids, put your kids first. This is about focusing on yourself instead of other people. Yeah, a lot of you have been caught up with some sort of like distorted energy. This says karmic energy, okay? Remember that I don't love the term karmic because I feel like it can be pretty rooted in misogyny, but this is more about the idea that like you've been caught up with a third party, okay? I feel like this collective has been, that's where the illusions are coming from the tarot. And Spirit's saying it's time to put yourself first. It's time to focus on you, focus on your kids, focus on your goals. Stop allowing distractions to create procrastination, is what they just said. We do have the secret society energy coming forward. To me, that's just an omen of secrets, especially because that's going on top of, like, I want to explore my options. I feel like a lot of you have been involved with someone who can't commit. They have some commitment issues, so they have multiple partners. This says, I had sex with someone you know or behind your back. This is not someone that you are in a long-term relationship with. This is not someone that you are even... Honestly, I don't feel it's all that serious. I feel like it's a situationship type of energy here, and Spirit's just saying you are better off without this individual. This person and you are likely in no contact. We have can't reach out, but I'm going to reach out soon. Don't allow this person to distract you from your goals, because I feel like that's what's going to happen, okay? They hate you and it's jealousy. Remember that romantic partners can be jealous of you too. It's a weird concept, but it's true. Your friends cannot be trusted. I hate this. I honestly am so much quicker to tell you that a man or someone that you're dating ain't shit than your friends. If you intuitively feel like your friends are shady, then you need to trust your intuition and the truth will be revealed. But don't jump on that bandwagon without having, validation of that, because for some of you, this could actually be coming from trauma. This could be coming from past relationships with friends that betrayed you or manipulated you. It's not always that deep, is what Spirit wants me to say, okay? One more. Hello, I wasn't letting that hit the floor. Yeah, we have like beggar, moocher, opportunist, and user. Have y'all ever heard of, what is that? Oh my God, what's the term for like a man that needs a place to stay? So they manipulate and weasel their way into a woman's heart in their life so that they have somewhere that they can stay. And then they'll just like use her for her money and her house and her food. Something about that's important, okay? And we also have ex-partner affecting the connection. What did I say? If anybody puts you in a third-party position, get the out of there. That's what it is, hobosexual. Thank you. Some of y'all need to be really mindful of anyone trying to use you for a place to stay, okay? especially if they have no money. If they have no money, why are you even bothering? And I'm not saying money is everything, okay? But I firmly believe in a healthy relationship, you have to have your own money and they have to have their own money. You can spend money on each other for sure, but like it shouldn't be all on one person. That's not equal. And they want me to pull from the self-care to end things off today. I told y'all it was going to be a shorter stream today. I am feeling kind of poopy. I also need to get some new sunscreen, and it's really hard to find sunscreen that is comparable to what I'm using, but also cruelty-free. That isn't $1 million. All right. But I also think my current sunscreen's not working as it used to, which is kind of a bummer because my cheeks keep feeling really warm all of a sudden. So we have make an altar. This is Spirit's way of reminding you, like, altar spaces are good sources of energy first and foremost, but they can also make you feel more connected to your spirituality. If you already have an altar space, this could just be an omen that you need to remove some stuff. Maybe you need to cleanse some things. Maybe you need to put some new stuff on it. Take it however it aligns. We also have family, spending a little bit more quality time with those that love you. Whether this is family that is blood or if it's family that is just, you know, friends. Connecting with more people is going to be helpful for this group. I feel like there's a really big emphasis on that, actually. We also have watch a movie. If you notice, like, there's a cat, there's a cup of tea, getting cozy, cozying up and watching something that you enjoy that brings you, like, dopamine. They're also encouraging this collective to connect more with crystals. I am being really pulled to, like, rose quartz, to be specific. Rose quartz is a really good crystal for self-love. It's also a really good crystal to increase love in your life. I'm also seeing smoky quartz in my mind's eye, which is going to be good for grounding for those of you that are feeling a little bit out of balance. Then we also have pleasure. I do like to remind my clients when this card comes up, there is a huge difference between making yourself come and enjoying an intimate moment with yourself. Put the toys away, put the porn away, get sensual with your body. Learn your body, learn your erotic zones, learn your desires, explore your kinks, okay? The more you do that, the more in tune you actually become with your body, and the more you're going to understand your intuition, because your body and your intuition are one. And if your body is out of alignment with you, you're not going to be in alignment with your intuition. Mic drop, I know. They're also encouraging this collective to read. Getting into reading, this is a really good grounding practice, by the way, but reading could be something that, like, really helps this group to get out of their body, or, like, out of their mind and into their body, sorry. See, some of y'all are out of alignment with your body. It's time to get back into you. Immediate innuendo. All right. Do we have any questions? I always like to leave the last couple of minutes for questions and concerns. You remember me wanting a deck that represents a queer lover's card. You believe the Star Spinner Tarot comes with 3 lovers. Ooh. I'm going to look it up. Thank you for the tip. The illustrations are beautiful. I'm looking it up right now. Oh, I've seen that. I've never gone out of my way to buy it because, I don't know, I just never really buy tarot cards anymore. The first tarot deck I bought myself in a really long time was the one that we used on Tuesday. I bought it for myself for Christmas. Oh, I do like that. Good to know. Appreciate it. Thank you. Do we have anything else we want to talk about today? Did you know you can no longer mark something as pending on... Oh, there we go. I was like, where'd that go? Well, I'm going to assume that nobody has any questions for me. And I am going to hop off and potentially chug an entire bottle of ginger ale. I love y'all. Remember that we do collective streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 a.m. I was a little early today. I do apologize. Also, the streams are posted both on my Twitch. Like the VODs will be posted about, I think it's pretty quickly after the stream. And they stay up for about 7 days. And then I do post everything on YouTube as well. I don't think I posted last week, so I'll do that right now before I leave. But I love you guys. And I will see you next Tuesday, hopefully. Have a great weekend, everyone.